Need to be in here?
Yeah, just please be quiet. No sounds.
Yeah.
All right, and roll camera.
Speeding. 5 Joker, take 1, soft 6 marker.
Film has been used for wonderful things. We've learned about the world, we've learned about the universe, we've learned about all kinds of, film and video has taken us to places we've never been before. It's really amazing.
Do you think that movies shape the way we live our lives? You just learn the way you live your life?
I think so. I think they can bring to light a lot of aspects of life that people don't normally interact with.
And I love going to the movies with my father. And that was like a big bonding time for us.
And so for me, it's always been the expression of story through light. And so I find that process of being able to portray people's emotions and moods and create empathy for people through light.
Film has become the medium that we express ourselves through. Because of the way our brains work and have evolved, telling stories is how we process the world and understand each other and understand the space that we're in. There's something ancient about storytelling and deep in our DNA, and we crave it. And that's existed through time, and it's existed in all cultures. It's a very profound experience. That's why people love it still. I mean, that's why it's going to always be the defining thing of humanity is the storytelling.
When I first started shooting films, I shot anything and everything, of course, because you always do. But a lot of the films, they weren't about diversity. They didn't include people of color stories. And I thought, or I was working on stuff that was just like the regular commercial narrative stuff I work on that's not diverse. And I would think to myself I'm doing this stuff so I can do the diversity stuff because it pays more.
The rampant abuse of women and minorities in filmmaking in Hollywood is very disconcerting for any burgeoning filmmaker or anyone who wants to go into the field. It can be very discouraging.
Well, there's so many things to say about that question. I think the most important thing for me in my educational career, as a professor and having taught for so long now, is the thing that I've been working on all along in my work, which is giving voice to people and telling stories that are underrepresented.
There are so many amazing, diverse filmmakers that the past year, I've only done films that I believed in. I've only done films that were about diversity, that included people that have not been represented. I'm doing okay.
For myself, it's come at a hardship because when I started making film and directing theater and specifically interested in stories around the LGBTQ, queer experiences, there's not a marketplace for that in the same way that there is now.
Diversity will continue if we continue making something we prioritize. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
As soon as we start saying stuff like, "Oh, we did it, it's over, we win," that's when power begins to creep back, and people in privilege begin to reassert dominance. So we've been given an inch, and we need to push for a mile.
And film has also shown us the ugliest parts of humanity, and it's celebrated that. If you think of a film like Birth of a Nation, a technically important film, but it's filled with the most hateful, racist things. So film has been an embodiment of who we are, and so in that sense, it's like a mirror to the worst parts of us and the best parts of us, really.